Professor, nas suas respostas anteriores, o senhor fala de uma certa perplexidade, surpresa do establishment norte-americano com Donald Trump, apesar dele já ter sido presidente, e ter sido presidente que foi, e de ter anunciado na campanha tudo o que faria. No prefácio à edição brasileira do seu mais recente livro, o senhor diz que o Brasil lidou melhor com a questão do ataque à democracia que os próprios Estados Unidos, mostrou ter instituições mais preparadas para isso. No entanto, passados 2 anos, a gente vê crescer um clamor por anistia, por indulto aos que perpetraram as tentativas de golpe, e já parece que não é tão grave. Não foi nada tão grave assim. Talvez tenha sido só um pessoal que estava ali meio sem fazer nada e resolveu quebrar os 3 poderes. A gente tem uma questão de perda de memória política muito rápida. O senhor mesmo falou, Trump conhece pouco a história do pós-guerra, não leu nada. Mas isso é uma realidade também das sociedades, essa perda de memória política muito rápida?
Well, look, I think the parallels between politics in the United States and Brazil over the last nearly decade have been really remarkable. But the fact that the United States is a couple of steps ahead historically gives Brazilians an opportunity to learn. I first came to Brazil in 2018 to try to convince my Brazilian friends not to follow the U.S. path of electing an authoritarian figure as president. Obviously, that didn't go very well. And so both countries elected authoritarian figures as presidents, which is a great risk to democracy. And both of those risks ended up in serious crises, right? Both Donald Trump and Jair Bolsonaro attempted coups, in a way, presidential coups, modern presidential coups, in which an elected president who loses election tries to overturn the results of that election. In Brazil, it was at least the evidence suggests, an even more seriously orchestrated plot that involved the military, that might have involved assassinations. Trump didn't go that far, but both presidents broke the cardinal rule of democracy. The cardinal rule of democracy is you have to accept defeat in elections. Neither president did. Both of them organized coups. And the question is, how do you respond to that? I think the U.S. institution, we're very proud of our Constitution. It's an old Constitution. We're very proud of our institutional checks. Those institutions failed, one after another after Donald Trump's coup attempt. We have the institution of impeachment and conviction in the Senate, which would have kept Donald Trump from running in 2024, and yet he was not convicted in the Senate. The prosecution of Trump was slow, it was not aggressive, and it was eventually derailed by the Supreme Court, which ruled that presidents have vast immunity for their behavior in office. And so Congress failed to hold Donald Trump accountable. The judiciary failed to hold Donald Trump accountable. The Republican Party, despite the fact that they witnessed his coup attempt, renominated him for president. So the Republican Party, one of the 2 major parties in the United States, failed to hold Donald Trump accountable, and he came back and he did exactly what he said he was going to do, which is kill our democracy. We didn't learn. Our institutions failed miserably. Brazilians could observe that. You had a couple of years to watch, and at least initially, I think the response has been much better. The Brazilian judiciary, for all of its flaws and controversial behavior, stepped up. It did not step to the sideline. It did not retreat in the face of an authoritarian threat. The Brazilian judiciary stepped up and very aggressively prosecuted and looks like probably will convict Jair Bolsonaro. Does that end the threat? Not at all. Does it end polarization? Not at all. I, too, am worried about this movement to sort of downplay the results of what happened in January 2023 and to push for amnesty. That is exactly what happened in the United States. So it's not surprising. I mean, given how successful Trump has been and Trumpism has been, it's not surprising that the Bolsonaro family and their allies are trying to replicate what Trump did. But Brazilians so far seem to know better. And I hope that continues. I think Brazil's democracy is in a much healthier place today than the United States because Brazilian courts have done a much better job of holding Bolsonaro accountable.